Welcome into John Wren Stadium for the Val Vista Rivalry Part 2 here tonight in the first round of the 6A playoffs here on Perry Live 365. Good evening, everyone. It's Jordan Palacio along with you here with Brian Bernier bringing you this first round matchup. Perry coming in a 6 seed versus the Bears, who come in as the 11 seed. Like I mentioned, these two teams played last week, same time last week, just a couple miles down the road, south on Val Vista. The final score in that one, 54-41. Perry with a 13-point win in an offensive shootout. Over 1,100 yards of offense there for both teams. The captains on the field right now, it's going to be Perry to receive, moving left to right to start things off, and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, big shootout last week in that game, and talk between the coaches before the game, kind of talking about pregame, saying that not too happy about seeing each other again this week. Can't change everything, got to still do what you can do, but Basha be able to surprise the Perry offense last week with a couple wrinkles that they hadn't seen. So see who comes out and makes some adjustments off of last week's game and has success early.
And Brian, if memory serves, I believe this is the first time that these two have met in a playoff game throughout the years.
Yeah, it's surprising, that you'd think that at some point they would have crossed paths, but kind of divergent paths for both programs.
Yeah.
When Basha was up, Perry was down. Perry is up, Basha going the other way. So first time they both kind of had success during the same year in a while.
Basha finishing the regular season with a 6-4 record, 1-3 in the region. Perry, on the other hand, finishing at 8-2 and 3-1 in the region. Both teams getting set to come out on the field. We are going to be getting started here shortly from John Wren Stadium, the 2018 6A playoffs. For Basha kicking off, it's going to be Ty Sifferman. And the Pumas with a couple guys back deep to return, Xavier James as well as Jordan Young.
Xavier James with a big return last week, too, so dangerous kick returner back there for the Pumas. Like to get their ball in their hands in some open space.
Basha spread out, ball spotted at the 40. Sifferman, the lefty, checks both his sides. And the 2018 playoffs are underway. Sifferman's kick is received in the end zone by Young, and the Pumas are going to start with a touchback. And the Pumas, of course, being led on the field by Chubba Purdy. Chubba in his first year as a starter. Well, the numbers don't lie. The numbers are pretty impressive. 2,600 yards, 32 touchdowns in the air, along with 7 interceptions. A little bit more than 4 touchdowns per interception. And his tailback, Jalen Young, in behind to start out. Only a one-wide set. Purdy gets the snap on the first play of the night. Gives to Young. Young with some room to run outside, trying to break it, and does before he's wrapped up behind. It's going to be a gain of about 6 or 7. He's not down. Everybody stop. Jalen Young stays on his feet, drags the pile up to the 45-yard line. They always say play till the whistle, and it's a big run there for the Pumas. So huge play here for the Pumas, as you can see there on the replay. 11:40 and counting now. They're going to go to Young once again. Young straight up the gut, north and south, gets upended, but not before a gain of 9.
Last week, big week by Purdy, both running the ball and throwing the ball, and so see if Basha can make an adjustment. They kind of went to a defense that was daring him to run, and he ran for 258 yards against them.
Peyton Hill, the back now, in behind Purdy. And they're going to go straight to Hill, up the gut, 3 straight runs, and they're up to the 40-yard line. Another Perry first down. Pumas looking to the sideline. Getting their play call. Chubba in the pistol. 3-wide set here for the Pumas, along with a tight end. This might be taking a shot territory. Instead, they're just going to give it to Young. Young made one guy miss. but that's about it. He's going to be wrapped up for a gain of 2 there on first down. Like we said, coming into this drive, over 1,100 yards of offense between these two teams last week. Pumas with 54 points, and it sets up, especially in back-to-back weeks, to be one of those types of games once again. It seems like with this Puma team, every single game has a chance to go 50-plus. The give to Young once again here on 2nd and long. He drives the pile forward. It's still going to be 3rd and about 5 here for the Pumas.
Yeah, it looks like so far the plan may be to take the air out of the ball here and grind down this defense. Not a lot of depth on that Basha sideline, unlike the Pumas that have over 100 players. Basha with just a roster of 46 listed on Max Preps.
Yeah, according to Max Preps, Perry almost outnumbered Basha 3-1. Here on 3rd and 5, probably 4-down territory here for the Pumas. They get someone to jump off sides. It's going to be a first down. That's always the easy way to get the first down and get someone to jump. They're going to spot the ball just to make sure, and they are going to move the chains. 1st and 10 now for Perry from the 30-yard line. So now the Pumas in the same set. Jaden Burns in behind, and that's where the ball is going. Burns trying to wait for a hole to develop. Sifferman is there for Basha to wrap him up, pull on his jersey, and it's only going to be in of a couple.
Yeah, tackle by Sifferman. Basha do everything.
Yes, exactly.
Corner, receiver.
Kicker as well.
Kicker walks up to the line of scrimmage and playing hard against the run. And so Sifferman, actually a scholarship baseball player, has signed with Grand Canyon University to play next year.
Empty backfield for Purdy. Dickey in motion. Purdy gets the snap, rolls left, has a wide open Colby Dickey at the 20. He's got it, spins past a man to the 10. Inside, it's going to be 1st and goal, Perry.
You see play action here, just a little out route by Dickey. Dickey puts the brakes on, spin move breaks the ankles of the defender, Micah Harper. Not a good look for him. He probably didn't want us to replay that. But nice move by Colby.
That's going to be on Dickey's huddle going into the offseason here. 1st and goal from the 7. Purdy in the gun. Big threat to run it in. Instead, he wants to throw. Throws to his man. That's Connor Boyd. Just out his outstretched hands. Incomplete. 2nd and goal.
Yeah, had Boyd kind of dragging across the back of the end zone there. Nice throw. Purdy decides to unleash the arm strength on it, and too much for Boyd.
So they will reset. I believe that is the first non-positive play for the Pumas so far this drive. 8:53 left to go here in the first. Perry's first drive of this ball game. Burns the running back to Purdy's left. 2 men in motion there for the Pumas, switching sides. Only 2 wideouts, and now we have a flag coming from the far side. Maybe a false start, and that's what it's going to be. False start is the call. And then I say it's on number 5 on Colby Dickey, not something, Brian, false start on receiver is not something you want to see.
Yeah, coaches never accept any kind of false starter by a receiver. Supposed to be watching the ball. It's the only thing that should get you to move. So that's a big no-no any program in the country for a wide receiver.
So a 2nd and goal from the 7 turns into a 2nd and goal from the 12 after the penalty. Same personnel here for the Pumas, just kind of flipped up the formation just a bit. Purdy fakes the give to Burns. He's going to throw. It's tipped, and let's see, did he catch it? What's the ruling? They're going to say he did catch it. It's going to be a completion, and 3rd and goal for the Pumas. That was Brock Lane on the reception there for Perry. Tipped ball at the line of scrimmage, able to adjust to it and make the catch, possibly.
Kind of look deep for that roster spot. It's not a player we see a whole lot of action, so nice job by Lane gathering in the tip.
Here we go. Big play for Basha here on 3rd and goal. Perry flips the formation.
This is the throwback play to the tight end here. You can shift him around, get him to move. You have this is where they like to throw it back to the tight end. The tight end's in a tackle position right now.
Burns goes in motion, and that's where they're going to go. To Burns. Burns bounces outside, now cuts back up the field. Flag comes in from the official in the area of holding, and that's most likely what the call is going to be. And that is the call. It's going to be a holding call. Kind of a good and bad scenario. The only positive is that Perry get another chance at the end zone.
Tackle, hold, same kind of thing there.
Yeah, exactly.
Looked like a wrestling move took him down to the turf there.
So Basha decides that they are going to, in fact, take the penalty. You had the opportunity there to decline it. Maybe Perry, who knows what Perry decides to do, kick a short field goal, maybe go for the end zone. Probably knowing Coach Jones in this offense, probably the latter. So after a couple penalties here on this drive, especially here in the scoring area, the red zone, couple penalties backs it up. 3rd and goal from the 17. Purdy rolling right, throwing right to the end zone. It's intercepted. Intercepted by the Bears. Perhaps Basha is Chubba Purdy's kryptonite. They're going to say it's incomplete. That might be a good call there for the Pumas. Let's take a look at it on the replay.
Let's see here. It's trying to come back to the cone here.
It looked like he got a foot in.
Throw.
Oh, that's close.
Right on that line. It's
yeah.
kind of in that no man's land as far as where he may have been. He could have been wide on the line. So the referee right there, we kind of were blocked by one of the spectators down there on the sideline to see if his foot was actually there. But it was definitely
close.
A nice break on the ball by Dylan Knight, the senior safety.
White shoes on the white sideline. Maybe not the best choice. Instead, it's going to be a field goal about 32 yards, and it is through the uprights. That's a good field goal from number 35, Samuel Cross. He gives the Pumas a 3-0 lead. But if you're Basha, though, Brian, that's a big win.
Yeah, that's a win. I mean, that, after giving up so many yards last week, and so, talking to the coach before the game, first-year coach doing a great job over there, Chris McDonald, and Chris McDonald coming from over from Maricopa. It's talking about how, in a game like this, you just want to try to keep it close, and hopefully a bounce goes your way somewhere in the fourth quarter. You can capitalize and make a play and have the opportunity. So it's just a position that Bash has not been in, being close in those games, being able to close them out. And it's a learning curve for this new staff and these kids that are under the new regime. So
3-0 our score. Pumas with just about a 4.5-minute first drive, taking it the length of the field and settling for about a 32-yard field goal. There's Cross. He's set to kick it deep. Couple men back deep for the Bears, one of which Andrell Barney, the wide receiver senior. Kick is away. It looks like it's going to be just short of the end zone. That's Barney there on the return at the 4-yard line, taking it straight up the gut down to the 29-yard line. And now for Basha, they are led by their junior quarterback, Gabe Friend. Friend is thrown for just about 1,700 yards, 12 touchdowns through the air this season, but also 9 interceptions. And if you're the Pumas, that's something you see about an interception per game. Hoping to take advantage of.
Well, the Pumas also need to see that for that yardage total he threw for 450 last week against this Puma defense. So a defense that we've seen be fairly open to give up points sometimes this year. So
7:45 ball actually spotted on the 25. They're going to throw to Barney on the first play on the swing pass. Barney with some room to run down the outside. There goes Barney, spins past a man. It's a first down for the Bears.
Yeah, simple. Just throw it out there to an athlete, let him get in space. Andrell Barney, sophomore receiver, doing a nice job just getting upfield, getting positive yardage.
You'll take that every single day of the week if you're Basha. And this is kind of one of those games where it's kind of similar to when you're playing against Chandler. Just keep it close. Don't let yourself get too far behind. Friend on the read option. Plenty of room to run. Tackle just short of the marker. Ball comes out. He was definitely down, though. It's going to be about a gain of 8 or so there for the Bears.
You can see here on the read, though, you see this end come down inside, chase it hard. Friend doing a great job of reading his end defender. I don't know if that ball was kind of maybe jostled out before it hit the ground, but nice job by the Pumas picking it up anyways. But the end's got to stay home. He can't chase ghosts there, and he crashed very, very hard from that spot. And that's a easy read by a smart quarterback here for Basha.
2nd and 2 after the run as we're approaching the halfway point. Feels like it's flown by this first quarter. Friend gets a snap from the gun. Looking over the middle, has plenty of room to run, and he's got it past the 50 to the 45 to the 40. Skips out of bounds for a huge run and another huge Basha first down.
Yeah, I can see here again, just Pumas not having good integrity, crashing down inside, leaving that edge wide open, and Friend more than happy to take advantage of it for a big gain here. Basha in business early.
Yeah, the last couple of plays, Friend has made a couple of good reads, easy reads as well.
Well, it's really not easy read. That ends being undisciplined, coming inside hard, so leaves that gate wide open. Not a hard decision by a quarterback back there seeing that huge hole.
4 wide set here for the Bears. And it looks like Barney, who's usually a receiver in behind at the tailback position. Friend, his first pass of the night, going for Sifferman. The problem is there's about 4 Pumas in there, and Sifferman's the shortest one.
Yeah, he's trying to force that ball in there, and he had Braxton Smith running with him the whole way, and then a safety coming too. That would have been, in the olden days before targeting, that might have been a slobber knocker.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Sifferman listed on Max Preps as 5'11", and that might be an inch or two generous just from how it looks up here.
You always round up in these situations.
Yeah, right. 6:32, 2nd and 10 here for the Bears. Ball spotted at the 35. Friend, quick pass out to Barney, kind of similar to that first play. And Barney is wrapped up for a gain of just, it looks like 3 or so. It's going to be 3rd and long here for Basha.
Yeah, so far the first drive, though, you can see the mindset of this Basha coaching staff. Not trying to do too much, not trying to get too cute.
Yeah.
Just taking advantage of what they can in the spots that they think they're going to have openings. And, you pick up a couple positive yards. If he breaks a tackle, you get a first down. It's just don't do anything to shoot yourself in the foot and get hurt in this situation. So
we got a whistle coming in from the back judge, it looks like. And now the 2 referees are going to confer. 3rd and 7 right now. And I guess they just need to have a little bit of a pep talk. Clock was not running, and now it is. That's what the talk was about. The clock was stopped when it should not have been. 5 wide set here for Basha on 3rd and 7. Possible 4-down territory for them as well. Friend gets a snap after a juggle. He's got room to run. He's going to tuck it in, and there he goes. Friend trying to get to the sideline, dives forward for the chains, and it looks like he's going to be right on top of the markers. It's either going to be a first down or 4th and very little.
Yeah, again, just defensive linemen not keeping in their lanes, and Friend able to take advantage of that. And Bash going to trot out the kick team here.
It's 4th and 3 feet.
Or no, a whole new offensive
Friends,
set. They're going to go for it.
They're going for it from the 26-yard line. They got to get to the 25. It's 4th and 1. Power formation set here. Friend under center. Sifferman in motion. They're going to go for it. Friend straight up the gut. And it looks like he's got it for a first down.
Best play in football. High school football, there's no better play than get under center, fall that center right up the gut. Usually always picks up a couple yards.
So there you go. On the night, Basha 0 for 1 on 3rd down, but 1 for 1 on 4th. And it looks like Basha's going to be setting up in a 5 wide set. Friend looking to the sideline, getting his play call. And taking his time doing so as well. 4:30 left to go here in this first quarter. Basha stacking their receivers on top of each other. Friend in the gun, gets a snap. Going to throw over the middle, and it's caught by his receiver inside the 10-yard line. That's Camden Mateen. And I was going to say he did catch it, even though the ball popped out. 1st and goal for Basha.
I can see here all day to throw, just a stacked little post behind it. 2 people chasing the slant that was underneath. You got a post slant combo route. 1 low, 1 high.
Yeah.
Leave the high guy wide open.
I tell you what, if this was in the NFL, I don't think that counts as a catch. That ball came out. He ain't controlled through the process of going to the ground.
Oh, we're going through the process of the ground.
That's right. 1st and goal for the 5, though, nonetheless, for the Bears. Friend in the gun, Barney to his left. That's where they're going. Barney's got some room to run outside. Tries to cut it back up toward the goal line, and he's going to be about a yard or two short.
It looked like he had a little life there as he's sliding through and got cleaned up pretty nice by the safety there, coming in, laying the wood at the last second.
So obviously it seems through this first drive, Brian, Basha's philosophy, getting positive yardage any way possible and also killing the clock as well. Power formation set here on 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Instead of the keeper, they're going to give to Sifferman. Sifferman's got it. He strolls into the end zone untouched. And as we approach the end of the first quarter, Basha have a 6-3 lead.
Yeah, super simple here. Line up in the power look that they gave him earlier. Send the guy in motion. Fly sweep. Nobody home. Good block by the receiver up top there, number 2, Zion Williams, opening the spot up for Sifferman. Nice play call, nice design by this Basha offense.
It looked the exact same way as that keeper, that quarterback sneak early in the drive as well. After scoring the touchdown, Sifferman's point after is through the upright, so he's responsible for all 7 points for the Bears. 3:12 remaining at 7-3 Basha. So how about that, Brian? Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but 7-3 and with 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter, looks like we might be set here for a good one.
Yeah, great answer by this Basha offense, coming right down the field and answering that field goal. And again, you talked about bleeding out clock when you had a quarterback that had 500 yards of offense by himself last week. I would want to keep him off the field too. So probably a good strategy there to shorten this game as much as possible, limit the opportunities for this Perry offense.
2 men back deep for the Pumas. That's Jordan Young and Xavier James. Sifferman's first kick traveled into the end zone. Remember, in high school, if the ball crosses into the end zone, it's automatically deemed a touchback, no matter if it's caught or not. Let's see if the Puma duo back there get a chance to return this one. My money would be probably not. Sifferman boots it away, and that one is going to be about 5 yards back deep into the end zone for yet another touchback. And, you know, coming in, this is the first round of the 6A playoffs, Brian, and if you are any team on Perry's side of the bracket, you have to be overjoyed with which side of the bracket you got spotted on.
Yeah, everybody wants to avoid Chandler. Obviously, we've seen him live, and we know by far the cream of the crop in this conference, and a team that's balanced, can run the ball, can throw the ball, and so being able to avoid that side of the bracket's nice. And then, if you can make it to the final round and see them, if they get there as well, it's got a shot.
Purdy on the first play of this drive. They give it off to Kobe Dickey on their own jet sweep, and there goes Dickey down the far side of the sideline. High steps out of a couple tackles past the 40-yard line. It's going to be a big play for the Pumas there on first down.
Yeah, the Pumas is set up in a base formation here, and they send Dickey across the formation. Dickey does a great job of reading his blocks, and then he throws the stiff arm out here, buries the corner.
Me. Yeah.
Nice job by Dickey on the first down run.
However, though, a holding call, I believe, is going to bring this one back, and we didn't see one. It wasn't too obvious, at least.
It was. I didn't say anything.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Number 93 for the Pumas mauled the outside linebacker on that play.
So throughout the first couple drives so far for the Pumas, penalties aplenty, which is something that is pretty uncharacteristic for any Jones team.
Yeah, that play, Patterson got up on that outside linebacker and got in his shoulder pads and just kind of rode him down. So
after the holding call, it's 1st and 17. They're going to give up the middle. It looks like the running back Burns there. Burns almost gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be about 2nd and 13 here for the Pumas. As Purdy and company check their sidelines, get their play call. It's going to be 4 wide here for Perry. Burns still the running back to Purdy's left. They send Dickey in motion. And now they're going to check the sidelines one more time. Clock still running here. 2 minutes and counting. Purdy gets his snap. Wants to run, now does. Now he's going to throw, and it's caught on the far side. It's going to be a first down for the Pumas on kind of an improvised-looking play.
Yeah, Purdy dropped back. He looked like he was kind of lost. Like,
yeah.
Well, maybe I'll run. No, maybe well, hey, there's a guy. So, nice job by Purdy being patient back there and sliding in an open spot, finding a receiver.
Clayton Schmitz on the reception there for the Pumas. Good enough for a first down. Purdy now wants to throw. He's looking outside. Now has to evade some pressure. Does so by rolling left. Now throws deep. Jordan Young's back there, and it's just too far. Purdy throwing on the run. It falls incomplete.
Yeah, nice job by Purdy and Young working to the open spot on that scramble drill. You kind of try to figure out where, if one guy goes short, one guy goes long, and vice versa. And Purdy able to flip it out there just a little too much. Not able to be reeled in by Young.
1:37 left to go. 2nd and 10 from the Pumas 33. It's going to be trips left here for the Pumas. 4 wide set. Now Young swings over to the other side of the field. And the Pumas will get their new play call. Now everyone's set to go. Purdy gets the snap here on 2nd down. He throws quickly to the left. Way behind Clayton Schmitz through the hands of Sifferman there. It falls incomplete, luckily, for the Pumas, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it could have been a little pick six action. It looked like one guy was running a slant and one guy was throwing a hitch. Not sure what was going on that play, but definitely not on the same page between the receiver and the quarterback.
And you talk about momentum. This is the opportunity to build huge momentum right now if you're Basha. You can hold Perry in a situation to where they would have to punt, and you have an opportunity to go into the second quarter not only up, but with the opportunity to lead by 2 possessions here against this Puma team. Let's see if they can do it. 3rd and 10 from the 33. 5 wide here for Perry. Purdy, an empty backfield. 3-step drop. Now he's going to tuck it in and run. Let's see if he can get the first. He charges past the 45, still on his feet, takes a couple licks. He's got enough for the first down. Big run there from Chubba Purdy.
Well, this is where Purdy's a nightmare, is that you get him back there and you play coverage and you only bring 3, and he steps up and makes a guy miss who's spying him. And, just really tough to play defense against that when you have an athlete back there that's as big as he is, too. I mean, he can make a guy miss and he can run through you, so.
Yeah, Chubba listed at about 6'2", 200 pounds. Here they're going to give to Burns on first down. Burns spins to the ground. Pumas staying on schedule, I should say, here on first down, about a gain of 8. 60 seconds and counting here left to go in the first quarter. Pumas down by 4. But they are moving the ball once again on Basha's side of the field. 2nd and 2. Might be our last play here of the quarter. They're going to give to Burns once again, trying to make one man miss. He's actually going to be wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and they're going to have to do it all over again on 3rd and 2. Now let's see what the Pumas do here. If they want to run one more play, they got 25 seconds. 3rd and 2 from the 45. Let's see what kind of defense Basha throws at the Pumas here. They're going to give to Burns. Burns trying to push forward past the marker, and it looks like he's got it. It looks like it's going to be a first down for the Pumas.
Yeah, nice job just going straight ahead, not trying to do too much, and knowing the yardage you need to get and move the chains, get a new fresh set of downs on the other side of the field here.
So with 3 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, once they set the ball, clock stops after first down just like in college, but once they put the ball in play like they just did, the Pumas are going to let the clock run down. And, Brian, I'm not sure if many people saw this coming into this game, but at the end of the first quarter, a very quick first quarter, also our score, Basha 7 and Perry 3.
Yeah, not something we see a lot, a quick first quarter.
And only 10 points combined.
Yeah, that's a rarity around here. Most games you'll look at scores from around the state, and games will be like, oh, the final from Tucson, and the game's at 9 o'clock, and we're barely starting,
Yeah.
the fourth quarter or even not in the fourth quarter. So
Now, Brian, kind of as a former coach and what you've talked to both these coaches about, what are kind of some of the things that you run into when you play a team in back-to-back weeks?
It's that you don't have to. The breakdown at least is a little bit less. You don't have to break down a bunch of tape. You've already got it broken down. You just got to basically self-scout at that point. That's where that self-scout kind of becomes a little bit more important, because you look at the 1 week that you had and then really don't pay as much of attention to what they're doing, but maybe what you did and how to maybe change up what they're going to look for. And so at least that's the way that we approached it. We saw a team when I was coaching at Marcos Denizo. We played a team week 3, and then we played them in the first round of the playoffs, and we went back and kind of analyzed what we were doing more than what they were doing, and we were able to take kind of advantage of some things we thought they might try to counter with. So
both teams back on the field now to get the second quarter rolling. 1st and 10 for the Pumas from Basha's 43. 4 wide set here for Purdy. And they're going to give, Purdy's going to keep. He's going to pass it laterally to Colby Dickey. Dickey makes one guy miss. That was in a sea of Bears, and he's wrapped up after about a 7-yard gain.
Now, this isn't a big play. It's not a big yardage play, but one of those things that's really tough to cover. And, the corner does a great job by staying home, and Purdy or Dickey makes some people miss. But the first time I ever saw that was Oregon back in the Chip Kelly days when he was the offensive coordinator. It was one of those things like, what the heck was that? Now it's kind of that's old school now. That was a decade ago.
Purdy here is going to pass to Jordan Young, and Young has some room to run down the sideline. It's going to be a personal foul for a late hit out of bounds. The Pumas are going to be in business. It's going to be 1st and goal, Perry.
Yeah, you see, super simple. Just run a little turnaround hitch here on the blitz, pickup, and off the races. Good job by both Burns, our Young, and Purdy, seeing the blitz, making the adjustment, sliding to the open spot.
So right now they have the ball spotted at the 5. It's going to be half the distance to the goal type of foul. And I guess that's where the Pumas are going to get the ball after the penalty at the 5-yard line. So the Pumas with an opportunity to regain the lead here in the second quarter, just as we are getting started. 1st and goal here for Perry. Dickey in motion. Purdy gets the snap, rolls right, looks for Dickey, looking for anybody, makes one guy miss barely, now takes it off and run. Chubba Purdy just short of the goal line. He's going to gain a few. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1 or 2 for Perry.
So this is the thing we talked about with Purdy as well, how big he is. And so he rolls out here. You got a guy coming free, but he just overpowers him and breaks the tackle and makes a nice gain. And I had put out a tweet earlier to the Iowa State football people and said, hey, watch the other Purdy. He's kind of like a refined Tim Tebow, a little bit tighter spiral, a little bit better arm, but definitely kind of the same mold, that power run game when you can take off and run.
2nd and goal they give to Peyton Hill, who is just short of the end zone. 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 from the 1. Under 10:30 left to go here in the first half. Pumas down by 4. And I would think if you're Coach Jones, if you're Perry, this is most absolutely 4-down territory. You're not going to kick a field goal from the 1-yard line. Purdy under center. He's just going to charge forward and go for it himself. Is he in? No signal yet. The Pumas want a touchdown, and there's the signal. Chubba Purdy from a yard out gives the Pumas the 9-7 lead.
The old quarterback sneak. Nice and easy. You got a big quarterback, big body back there. Fake shotgun, step up. Basha doesn't move. They know it's coming. Nothing can do about it. He just drags the pile.
We've seen 2 quarterback sneaks tonight, and I believe that is 2 more than we had seen all season leading up till tonight, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's gotten away from it, but when you look at the one team everybody knows, the Patriots run it all the time. And it really is a no-brainer on those short yard situations.
Samuel Cross's point after is up through the uprights. 10-7 now are scored with 10:07 left to go in the first half.
I think we mentioned before, like, we had a quarterback when I was coaching, and we used to run it quick. Anytime we did in a 3rd and short or 4th and short, we would yell it out, and they just run up the line of scrimmage and run it before they could get set. we had a quarterback that would break 15, 20-yard quarterback sneaks all the time because he would find a little slot, and it's almost like a stretch he would run him. It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
He would kind of feel and slide, and then he'd pop out and take off running, and it was fun to watch a kid that was that athletic to be able to take a basic play, he'd only trying to get a yard, and he'd turn it into 15, 20 yards. The stretch quarterback read.
There you go.
Could be the new thing.
Yeah. 2 men back deep for Basha. We're also going to be keeping an eye on the scoreboard here tonight just to keep sure of who Perry, if they were to win, Perry or Basha, I think it's fair to say, were to be playing next week, whichever one of these teams ends up winning. Cross is booting this one away. Kind of a knuckleball. It's going to take a bounce at the 15, and it's picked up. Here come the Bears on the return. It's knocked down before it can get too out of control. It's going to be Basha taking over at the 23 or 24-yard line.
Well, the big upset so far, the big possible upset. You ready for this?
Hit me.
Desert Ridge 10, Pinnacle 0.
Really? Wow, and I would, even with Rattler out, I thought Pinnacle would still be pretty strong, at least strong enough to get past the 15.
Yeah, I mean, Pinnacle having a little bit of a identity crisis, losing their
identity
franchise player.
Friend's going to keep here on first down after the read, and he's going to hop out of bounds. He picks up about 7. Basha, again, doing a nice job of staying on schedule.
Yeah, and so, that's when you saw the bracket come out, and you figure if you get through your portion and you see a number 2 seed that's kind of licking their wounds here late in the season, that's a nice look to have if you're staring at a bracket down in that semifinal round.
2nd and 3 here for the Basha Bears. And it looks like they're going to be setting up here in an empty wide set, about 5 wide. Let's see what they draw up here on 2nd and short. They stack the receivers. We've seen this look from them before. They get the snap. Designed run here for Friend. Friend trying to get the first down. It looks like he got just enough to do so. First down, Basha.
Yeah, another games of interest for us. Desert Vista looks like was tied at 7-7 against Chaparral, but then Chaparral comes back Desert Vista comes back and takes a big 47-yard touchdown pass, and they're up 14-7 in that game over in Ahwatukee.
Still 1 possession. Anything can happen in these high school playoffs, and here's the first down run to Barney. Barney's going to get about 4 yards there. 2nd and 6 there for Basha. I say anything can happen, but it's been a couple years since it's felt like anything can happen, kind of especially in the 6A playoffs.
Yeah, we've kind of seen chalk for the most part the last couple of years with those brackets. It's, the 1 and 4 end up in the semifinal, and the 2 and 3. Last year, though, you had the 2 that got bounced by the 15, and it kind of shook up that bracket a little bit, and had some teams that had a little bit easier trip. And I'm looking at one that we played earlier in the year, Red Mountain. Got a clean bracket to the semifinals last year after the number 2 seeded Desert Ridge team lost.
I believe Desert Ridge's quarterback was injured in that game last year as well, but doesn't matter now. On 2nd down, Friend once again kept it himself, and he charged forward for a couple yards. So now here's a big play for Basha, 3rd and 3 from the 41. Friend with the snap, looks left, throws over the middle. It's batted away by the Pumas. It's going to force 4th down.
Yeah, so the Pumas get into man coverage here. Going to lock them up. Great job by the linebacker exchanging it up top, and nice job by the Pumas. Defensive stop there that they needed. Try to see if they can create some separation from this Basha team.
Yes, that's a big stop right there for the Pumas. Sifferman, if he didn't think he did it all already, now he's lining up to punt here on 4th down. Colby Dickey back deep to return. His heels standing on the 22-yard line. High snaps, no problem for Sifferman. Sifferman boots it away, swirling kick. Dickey waves for the fair catch, and he's made it at the 24-yard line, and that's where the Pumas will take over.
Now, I was told that the rumor that Surferman would go shag fly balls in the outfield over there during halftime is not true, so he's not going to do everything tonight.
There you go.
Go a little BP during halftime and
why not
work it all out there. Baseball field's right next to the football field here at Perry High School, but another game we look forward to doing against the Basha Bears, the annual Salt River game where we're invited up to Salt River Field and play in the big stadium and beautiful facility, and Salt River and the Diamondbacks nice enough to let us use their broadcast booth and everything else, so always look forward to that game.
On first down here, it's a quick toss over to Dickey on the flat. Dickey up to the 30-yard line. And that looks like where he's going to be wrapped up, maybe a yard short, depending on the spot. 2nd and 5 here for the Pumas. Eight minutes left to go here in the second quarter. This quarter's felt like it slowed down just a touch compared to that first quarter. Purdy now gets a snap here on 2nd and 5. They're going to give straight up the middle. That looks like Jalen Young. Jalen Young up to the 40, past it to the 41-yard line, first down Pumas.
Yeah, it's almost like both teams are looking, saying, you know what, I don't want to get too cute this week. Just going to do what we do. Pumas are going to run the football, make this defense stay on the field and see how much depth they actually have. You can see the size difference pretty significant.
Yeah.
Backers for Basha look like our corners.
The give to Young once again here on first down. He bounces it outside, has some room to run out past the markers. It's another Jalen Young run, and it's another Perry first down.
Yeah, nice patience there by Young. You can see on this play, just kind of slides in the hole. You got two linemen pulling with him, and really patient. Does a great job of working his way to the first down yardage.
Ball spotted at the Basha 49. Purdy gets the snap, and they're going to go straight back to the run game. This time it's Burns. Burns on the carry is going to pick up 4 yards. Well, if it's not broke, don't fix it, Brian.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's one of those things. You get in a game like that last week where everybody's scoring, it's going up and down the field. As a coach, you don't want to have to match scores. It's just not a fun way to call offense. And so you can grind these guys out and take your time and not get into another shootout.
Purdy now wanted to throw. Now he's going to run. He tucks it in. There goes Chubba Purdy to the 40, and he's looking to get to the marker. He gets past it by a yard. Another Perry first down.
Yeah, nice job by Chubba there. Again, it's dangerous when he runs. The biggest difference we see between the way that he runs the football and the kind of what we saw last year, the quarterback play, is that Chubba doesn't step up inside. He bolts outside.
Right.
And so he kind of doesn't have as much leverage where last few years we had a quarterback that step up inside and take off straight ahead. So that's something he'll have to work on. First-year starter, it's a work in progress.
5 wide set here for the Pumas. This ball underthrown, and once again, the Pumas catch a break. That one was almost intercepted by Barney. Instead, it's second down.
Yeah, miscommunication here. You can see clear as day. Throwing a slant, and guys running a streak, and so that's scary. That could have been a pick six very easily.
Very easily. There's been almost 3 Basha interceptions so far through this game. Second down now from the 37. Pumas once again in a 5 wide set. Purdy, 3-step drop. Wants to throw deep, and he's going to. He's got Jordan Young just about 3 yards too far in front of him. It falls incomplete once again. Third down.
Nice ball here, but the thing that you might want to have a younger quarterback do is put this ball on a line. And so instead of putting so much air on this, kind of take it inside and get a little more juice on it. It's kind of missing on those deep ones. It's reminiscent of a guy over in Tempe, the way he's been doing that this year.
Yeah. 3rd and 10 now for Perry. About 6:20 remaining in the first half. Chubba's going to roll out, looking for some room to run. Dodges one. Now is really improvising, reminiscent of a Johnny Manziel type play. Now throws it, and it is behind Burns, and it falls incomplete. So it looks like, depending on the play call here on 4th down, Basha is counted with the stop themselves.
I'm shocked there's no legal man downfield there. Good job and patience by the lineman, just kind of running along the sides and not not running downfield, but you got to take a little bit off that thing. There's a little juice on that.
Threw the fastball about 6 or 7 yards away.
Yeah, that's a tough play to have to react to.
Here's a play that could turn the tide in either direction. 4th and 10 from the 37. Perry at least showing that they are willing to go for it. Chuba might back up here and kind of pooch kick it. Nope, they're going to snap it. On 4th down, Chuba tucks it in. There he goes. Is he going to get enough? It's going to be close, and he's about 2 yards short. Basha stand tall, and it's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, see here, great job by the Basha defense coming off blocks and sliding to the draw. So they get upfield where 57 slows them up. Without him, I don't think they make that tackle. So nice job being aware of the situation by Connor Tupin and slowing them up, making a play.
1st and 10 for the Basha Bears. And on the far sideline, you could see that they brought out Perry, that is, brought out the extra couple bleachers just in case that things would fill up. And it looks like they have used them to a pretty good extent here. 1st down. Friend's going to keep it himself. Turn up the field down the hash. Still on his feet and finally gets brought down after a gain of 7.
The extra bleachers are nice because the band takes up so much. You got the whole crew out here by Basha rolling out tonight with their band, and so that takes up a third of those bleachers over there, if not more. So they kind of left those after the Chandler game and haven't moved them.
2nd and 3 as we approach the 5.5-minute mark in this second quarter. Bunch set here from the Bears. Now they're going to switch it and shift everybody. Still kind of a bunch set. Another man in motion here. We're going to have a whistle from the far sideline, and Basha is going to burn their first timeout.
There's a lot of moving going around there.
Yes, there was.
Only leads to disaster most of the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And this just goes to show how especially high school football, but football nonetheless can be played. Last week you have a game over near 1,200 yards of offense, and now in this week we're winding down the half. Basha's final possession very well could be their last possession if they drain the clock like they did in their first draft. We could be looking at a 10-10 or a 14-10 game going into the half here, Brian.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. It's you see them the week before, and you fix what was there and hope that those fixes are made correctly. And neither team wants to give up 50 points, and so making those adjustments as a staff. You got 2 good coaching staffs on both sides of the ball here, and so after you let the other team show their hand, and you can make those adjustments during the week. And like Coach McDonald said, Zebra's not going to change the stripes in a week, and so they're still going to do some of the same things they did last week. They can't do wholesale changes in a week.
Another bunch formation set, but everyone shifts back in their spot. Now here, Basha take the snap, and they're going to float it up to Barney. Barney makes the grab over his shoulder, and there he goes. Barney looks like he could run track before he gets tackled out of bounds. 1st down, Basha.
Man, dangerous play here. They float this thing out there. It's a backwards pass, and gets the sideline. He tiptoes down here and gets smacked.
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt from up here.
Travis Callaway on that corner. Callaway a little close to that sideline. Good thing that whistle wasn't blown.
1st down from the Basha 48. After Barney did a nice job there to make a play happen, 5 wide. They're going to flip it on the flat once again for Sifferman. Sifferman has to battle 3 Pumas, and he's going to get wrapped up in the middle of all of them. About a 3 or 4 yard gain there for Basha.
I'm not sure why number 9 didn't get called. Didn't get the hold call. The guy grabbed onto him as he went by, but they don't see everything, but that was pretty obvious.
2nd and 7 without the call. 4:45 there about in counting. Friend relays the play call. He confirms it with a sideline, and there you can see him on the bottom of your screen kind of relaying it to everyone. There you see Sifferman. Sifferman coming into this game was only about a handful of catches away from breaking Basha's single-season record. Now Friend wants to throw here on 2nd down. He's got his man, that's Zion Williams, on the reception. It's going to be 3rd and short here for the Bears.
A nice little quick out. Ball's out quick. Hard to cover. Basha perfectly content to bleed this clock down. They'll take it all the way in the half. They're going to get the ball to start the second half anyway.
Yes, that's a good point as well. They do have the opportunity to have about a 10-point swing if you consider a field goal and a touchdown in either one of these drives for Basha. 3rd and 3, though. They got to pick this up first. They're going to give straight up the middle of Barney. Barney, are they going to give him forward progress? No, he's going to be a yard short. It's going to bring up 4th and 1 here for Basha.
Good job by the defense rallying, kind of shutting that down. And so, huge play here by Basha. You got to think they're going to go, being the underdog. Take the risk here. Nothing to lose. They can bring in a couple of subs and a little bit more meat behind them and see if they can get this first down.
What do you think? Another sneak?
That's what I would run. Perry not an opposing D-line as well, and so you figure you can go foot to foot and road grade out of there for that quarterback sneak.
Gabe Friend listed as a 6'2", 200-pound quarterback. I'm rounding up 190. They're going to go straight up the gut. It looks like he's got it. He's got it and more past the 40-yard line. It ends up being about a 5-yard quarterback sneak. First down, Basha.
Yeah, why if it's not broke, don't fix it? Why would you change it up after obviously getting it last time? You gotta have a big boy in there to be able to plug that up, and easy gain by the Bears.
So now they switch to power set out, back for their usual offense, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 38. Friend in the gun. Another bunch set. He's going to tuck it in and run. There he goes. He's wrapped up, and it's only going to be a gain of 1 there for Friend.
So Puma's kind of getting wise to that. Gabe Friend taking off running, and so Michael Warnick, the big D tackle, coming off his block, hair and all flowing.
Yes, absolutely.
Does a great job of stopping the quarterback from getting a huge gain, which we've seen earlier.
Yes, keeping them contained. It's 250. Friend now throwing on his left side. Sifferman's got it, unable to break the tackle. It's going to be 3rd and medium here for Basha.
Yeah, like we said before, Sifferman just 4 catches away from setting the new all-time school record for catches at Basha High School, and so I believe that's number 2 on the night for him. So
I think it's safe to say probably by the end of this game he's going to break it. I think that would probably be the safest bet of the night.
If you're a betting man, that would be a good bet.
Yeah. I also hope you're not betting on high school football games as well. That would be a good thing.
Is there, with the internet, who knows what's out there?
3rd and 4 here for Basha. We have movement coming. Flag thrown. Would most likely be a false start if they're going to kill the play.
So we wouldn't bet in these games. This is a broadcast with the AIA. Broadcast rights to this AIA postseason contest have been granted to Perry Live 365 by the Arizona Interscholastics Association and intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening and viewing audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the AIA is prohibited. Where have you heard that before?
Yes, everywhere. Everywhere.
It's like watching an NFL game.
Yes.
I think they just took it right off the NFL website.
Don't say that out loud.
Or the Major League Baseball. That's the Major League Baseball one.
So after the false start, it's 3rd and 9 now for Basha. Friend, low snap. He's going to have to pick it up. He dives on it. Flag coming in from the head official in the backfield. Let's see what his call is.
You're going to get a hold here, too. And so Pumas, I'm guessing, are going to take the yardage back on the muff snap. Or are they going to call false start?
Oh, wow. That's a big.
Bailed him out.
Yes, that's a big help for Basha.
But he didn't blow it dead, which is. Did you hear a whistle? I
did not. I assume he meant to, but I didn't hear a whistle.
So they didn't.
But
I'm really confused at what just happened here.
So now they're talking with Coach Jones on the near sideline. All right, everyone's back on the field. I guess we're going to pretend that never happened.
Okay, 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd down. 3rd and 14. 1:46 left to go here in the first half. Basha probably looking to pick up about half that. Friend flushed out of the pocket, has some room to run, throws to Sifferman. Sifferman leaping into the air. He's out of bounds, incomplete. He did not get a foot in. 4th down, Basha.
Yeah, interesting play here. They got some action inside. Pumas get a little bit of a push inside. Looks like get a nice tackle here inside. Good throw to the sideline. Sticks it in a tight window. But good defense by Callaway, blowing that up on the sideline, separating Sifferman from the ball.
Minute 38 left to go in the first half. And Sifferman maybe a little bit shaken up on that play. He's jogging off. He would normally be the punter from what we've seen. Instead, it's going to be Carter Hill, if I'm not mistaken, doing the punting, trying to pin the Pumas back deep.
Yeah, Callaway by far the biggest hitter on this defense, and so when he gets a 15-yard running head start at you, that's not one that you want to be on the other end of.
Dickey with his heels on the 10-yard line. Hill boots it. Swirling kick. It's going to take a bounce at the 18. They're going to get a Basha bounce, and it falls. It rolls backwards toward the 11-yard line, and that's where Basha's going to down it with 1:28 remaining.
So quick. We're looking at a quick half. We're looking
yes,
at
we are,
an
absolutely.
hour if this goes the way it should, and so plenty of time to go out and get food after the game. Carl's Jr. is an AIA sponsor known as the place to go for juicy, delicious Charbello burgers. Carl's Jr. is the exclusive burger of the AIA.
What was that J word? Can you hit me with that one more time? Juicy-licious? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Shorthand.
Yeah. Carl's Jr. When's the last time you had a Carl's Jr.?
In high school.
Ball at the 11 here for the Pumas as they retake the field. 1:28 remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, the bacon Western cheeseburgers.
There you go.
The real deal.
Purdy flushed out of the pocket, looking for an option, throws it to the far side. It's caught. That looks like Clayton Schmitz if he kept a foot in, and he did. First down, Perry. There you go. You would think 90 seconds conventionally ball placed at the 11-yard line might be too late. Just kind of run the clock out, but definitely not with this Perry offense.
No, we've called that before.
Yeah.
We thought they were going to run it out against Hamilton a couple years ago. They ran the ball from inside their 5 and almost broke a touchdown to win the game with no time left.
4 wide here for Perry. Purdy fakes the flip on the flat. He's going to run it out of bounds. Gain of about 4 or 5 there for Perry.
Yeah, design quarterback draw on the opposite side. They try to get those backers to flow with the bubble screen look on the one side, and good decision by Purdy to stepping out of bounds.
1:16 left. Perry with all 3 timeouts remaining. So time really not that much of a factor for the Pumas, especially when you get a first down, the clock stops to set the ball. Here's Purdy now. Dickey in motion. Purdy gets a snap. He's rolling left, wants to throw, has nobody, and is going to take it off and run. He's short of the marker. It's going to be 3rd and about 1 here for the Pumas.
Good job showing patience there by Purdy, not forcing the ball. Pumas receivers got to work their way open there. Had plenty of time.
1:09 remaining here in the first half. 3rd and 2 is the official ruling. Pumas getting the play call. Purdy waiting for the snap, and he's got it. You're going to give to Burns. Straight up the gut. Burns makes one guy miss, accelerates past the 40, and is brought down at the 41-yard line. First down, Pumas. Three wide now here for the Pumas. Excuse me, 4 wide. Purdy wants to throw. Does so. He's got his man. That looks like Connor Boyd outside. Spins out of a tackle down to the 45-yard line. It's another first down. Pumas are threatening here with under a minute left to play.
Yeah, Boyd with a good job of the catch. He's got to get out of bounds, though. After he makes that first guy miss, he's got to run straight to that sideline. Conserve some timeouts, but Puma's able to get on the ball so quick, only really burn a second.
Yeah, no timeout for Coach Jones. Purdy flips it out to Jordan Young. There we go. Jordan Young gets out of bounds. Gain of 7 there for the Pumas, and they are moving down the field fast. And we have a whistle. I think Basha might be taking a timeout here. No, there's a flag on the field, actually. There's some laundry on the field. This might be moving the Pumas back.
Likely an illegal formation, not getting set up quick enough. That's a really quick turnaround, so let's see what they call.
No, a hold.
That ball was out so fast, you usually don't see a hold in that situation.
So a hold is the call, and remember in high school it's a spot foul, so 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
It's a brutal foul. I don't know why they don't change that rule. If you get a hold behind the line of scrimmage, it ends up being a 20-yard penalty in some situations.
Yeah.
And it really just we get an 18-yard penalty there.
Yeah.
That's the only, in the NFL, college, it's from the line of scrimmage, and that's one I can still never figure out.
So it is. It ends up being a huge penalty here for the Pumas. It ends up setting up 1st and 23. So it ends up being a loss of 13 on the play. Ball spotted on on Perry's 42. We're going to have a whistle. It's going to be another false start. They're going to move it back 5 more. So 1st and 23 turns into 1st and 28. So if I'm not mistaken, I believe that is at least 5 Perry penalties so far this half, all of which on offense. And this drive, more than any of the others, very damaging so far here for the Pumas.
Yeah, it looked like they're in business. They crossed the 50, and they're moving the ball, had Basha on their heels, and now the opposite's happening. So
1st and almost 30 here for the Pumas. They're going to pass on the flat to Dickey. Dickey wants to throw. He is going to force it. It's a Jordan Young, and Sifferman intercepts, and Basha take over at the 40-yard line. A big turn of events there. Basha could steal some points here at the end of the half.
The old married to the trick play. You run it in practice, no matter what, it works, and then you just force it because you want to run it so bad. Trick plays are tough when they get covered because you want to pull it off so bad. Even if when it's covered, you still throw it, and that's across all levels, whether it's college, pros. You just want to see it work.
Yeah.
Even when it's not there, you're still trying to make it work.
No, and you've said before, too, that a lot of times when you get receivers throwing the ball, that they are kind of married to that play where it's very hard for them just to tuck it in and run or just throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, they're just not used to handling the ball that way. It takes a lot of discipline.
So instead of Perry getting some points, maybe those penalties, who knows? You don't get those penalties. Perry's still moving the ball downfield. Instead, Basha take over at the 40-yard line. 1st down. Friend, pump fakes. Now evades one. He's going to tuck it in and run. Try and juke pass one is absolutely blown up by Mayberry, and Mayberry's got something to say about it. Oh, Brian, that hurt from here.
Yeah, you got 2 big hits there. If you watch this replay, Basha gets one on a peel back. Number 90 misses it, chases it. Watch the hit 90 takes. A little peel back, but not quite at the level that Mayberry puts on Friend. The junior 6'1".
Oh, my goodness.
Safety.
Yeah.
Laying the wood to Basha's quarterback.
So after the play, it's going to be 2nd and 2 from the 48-yard line. 18.3 seconds, although there's some time it looks like that's run off the clock. So they're going to readjust the play clock right here.
Yeah, that's one of those hits he's going to feel tomorrow. And if he does feel that hit, he can go to the Mayo Sports Clinic.
There you go.
Team in Phoenix includes specialists from multiple disciplines who provide comprehensive and personalized care to all athletes of all levels. These specialists collaboratively address each athlete's training, injury, and performance concerns related to sports and exercise activities. To make an appointment, please visit Mayo Clinic Sports Medicine online.
I think Gabe might need that phone number or that website after this game. 2nd and 2, though, 29 seconds remaining. After they reset the clock, the pass to Sifferman. Sifferman running backwards to the 50, now accelerates to the 40, gets hit late, no flag thrown after he slid down. 1st down, Basha.
Are receivers supposed to slide? Is that a thing?
I don't know if he slid on purpose or he just kind of slipped.
Well, he was a baseball player, so maybe.
There you go. Yeah, maybe. Basha burns their 2nd timeout. 1st down and 10 from the 43-yard line with 17 seconds. Where would you say? I have no idea. Where would you say Sifferman, being a baseball player, where do you think that puts his field goal range at? Ball's at the 43.
40-yard line.
40. Oh yeah.
No, not ball at the 40. Ball's gonna be at the 23.
Right.
I don't think he didn't watching in pregame. He doesn't have a whole lot of oomph on it. He's accurate, but it's not coming off his foot like those guys that can hit the long one. So I'm thinking they got to get to the 23 to
have a shot
in his area.
17 seconds left. What a turn of events. And even if somehow, I would say if Basha doesn't end up with some points here, they might think of it as a failure. But if I had to think of one word for this game so far for Basha, it'd be impressive.
Yeah, no, I mean they're playing the game they wanted to play. Again, you're playing one of the better teams in the state. You don't want to get caught up in what they're doing. You just do what you do and be patient and let the game come to you. And they're exactly the position that they want to be in right now.
Friend, there's a flag coming in. It's going to be a hold here against the Pumas. Friend getting past one, brought down. He's taken a few licks tonight. It's a gain of about 6 pending the call, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be coming back.
Safe bet if you see here on the replay. A twist by the Pumas and a takedown by number 56, the guard, James Nose, for Basha.
So it is going to be holding. And I believe that it might be close to at the end of the first half. Basha is hustling to the ball here. They're scrambling to get to the line of scrimmage. 9 seconds remaining. Probably one more play here if you're Basha, and then maybe you line up for a big Hail Mary. Depends on this kind of play. There starts the clock. Basha trying to get the snap off. 5 seconds remaining. This is going to be it. 3. Friend winds up, throws over the middle, and it's intercepted with no time remaining on the clock. On the interception, that's Travis Calloway. His name's been all over this football game so far. The Pumas escape without giving up any points. It's 10-7 at half.
Yeah, so see what team we talk about all the time, what team is better at halftime making those adjustments. And so Pumas got to come out doing a good job on defense, but that offense has got to figure out how to make these stops and really kind of not shoot themselves in the foot like we saw our last drive.
It's going to be a good second half, folks. I hope you stay with us. 10-7 our halftime score. Coming up at the half, we have some content here from Perry Live 365, and then on the other side of the break, it's the second half of some playoff football. What's better than that, playoff football? Our score going into the half, Perry 10, Basha 7, and we'll join you on the other side. Until then, it's Perry football here from John Wren Stadium. Welcome back in to Perry Live 365's coverage of the first round of the 2018 6A AIA playoffs here for football. Perry versus Basha in the second part of the Val Vista rivalry here tonight. We start things off with a touchback for Samuel Cross and the Pumas. The Bears will be retaking the field. We are set up for a good one here tonight. Two teams. Ball spotted on 20. Basha moving from left to right. Perry in the all-cardinal uniforms, silver numbers. Basha in the white jerseys, green pants, and the green helmets. Four wide set here for the Bears. Sifferman in motion. He joins the backfield, and that's where they're going to go here on first down. There goes Sifferman to the outside, spins out of a tackle, lands on his helmet. It's going to be a 7-yard gain, maybe 6 or 7 there for Basha. Sifferman is the do-it-all type of guy. We've talked about it all night here on the broadcast. And we also know Basha will drain as much of this clock as they can to keep the Puma offense off the field. Second down now. They're going to give straight up the gut. It looks like Barney on the carry. He's doing his best to move the pile forward, and it looks like he's got enough for a first down. Again, we welcome everybody in for the second half of action. Live in Gilbert, Arizona here at Perry High School, John Wren Stadium. 10-7 our score. Especially after all the games that we've carried live here on Perry Live 365, the slowest game offensively for the Pumas so far, I would say, this season. They're going to give to Barney again here on first down, and he's going to get wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and that's all. He's going to get second and long for the Bears. First round of the playoffs, the Pumas coming into this game as the 6th seed. Coming in and facing the 11-seeded Basha Bears, the team that they just played last week after the big 54-41 win. As we've also mentioned here during this game, over 1,100 yards of offense in that last game. We're kind of seeing the other side of that dichotomy here in this game. Second down pass, way overthrown, and it falls incomplete. Mayberry in coverage. The pass intended for Williams, and Basha already faced with a big third and long here to start off their first drive of the second half. You wonder what kind of play call they might draw up here. Basha, it seems like it's very more beneficial for them to stay on schedule offensively. It looks like they're not as capable of picking up a 3rd and 10, a 3rd and 12, a 3rd and 9, maybe as much as Perry is. Perry perhaps a little bit better with, being able to pick up those long yards, those long down situations. Third down, though, they're going to throw the deep pass, and it's intercepted by the Pumas. The Pumas make something happen on third down. That's number 31 there for Perry on the interception. That's Kellen Simmons. And the Pumas have got John Wren Stadium rocking. Just as I was saying, Basha maybe not as capable of Perry of throwing the long ball, picking up those long third downs. It's a jump ball up there, and it's intercepted by Simmons. And the Pumas now starting off with great field position down at their own 48. 10:09 left to play here in the first quarter. In the third quarter, I should say, first quarter of the second half. They're going to give on the ground here. And it looks like it's either Hill, and no, it's actually Jalen Young on the carry there for the Pumas. Only going to pick up about 3, maybe 4, depending on the spot. Stays on schedule there for the Pumas, second down. Purdy's going to keep himself this time on the option, and there goes Chubba Purdy. Gets a good block there from Connor Boyd. Purdy makes two guys fall down, breaks two sets of ankles inside the 15, down at the, it looks like the 11-yard line. What a run from Chubba Purdy. First down, Pumas. That's something that's going to be on Purdy's huddle at the end of this game, most likely there. Making a cut down the sidelines, making two Basha players, two Basha defenders fall over on their own feet. 1st and 10, it's going to be spotted at the 12. They're going to give to Hill there on 1st down. He's going to pick up about half that, and it's going to be 2nd and 10 from, it looks like, the 7-yard lines. The Pumas can still pick up a 1st down here. They get the ball to the 2-yard line. They have a 1st down. They're going to go to Hill once again. It's going to be blown dead, however, and I believe the Pumas probably moved on the line. Let's see what the call is. They blew the play dead. The referee's talking it over. This game has come screeching to a halt here. Pumas were playing that hurry-up offense. It's on Basha. So Pumas are going to get moved up, and it's going to be 2nd down, just a little bit closer to the marker. 2nd and 1 now after the penalty. They're going to give to Hill, straight up the gut. Hill bounces outside, and he's going to be just short of the end zone. They're going to mark him down via forward progress at the 1-yard line. It's a 1st down for the Pumas. The Pumas have been firing here on all cylinders here to start out the second half. 1st and goal from the 1. You'd imagine they're just going to give to Hill once again and let him go get it. Maybe have Purdy just shrug along. That's what they're going to do. Purdy on the keeper. He stays on his feet, and he's able to walk into the end zone. One drive, one score here for the Pumas to start off the second half.
Yeah, the way you draw it up in the halftime locker. Defense come up with a nice stop. Offense capitalize, go right down the field and score.
It is a lot easier when you only have to go half the field as opposed to all of it. The interception there by Simmons, putting the Pumas in business. You hear the referee saying right there that 7 and 88 are eligible receivers if the Pumas were. It's a fake. Here's the point after. Crosses. Kick is up and through the uprights. It's good. 17-7. Now the Basha Bears find themselves in a little bit of trouble, down by 10. But it looks like we might have a flag on the field here. We might have to redo it. I don't think that referee knows there's a mic there. Let's hope he doesn't say anything too bad.
I don't think they have any idea. We made a little bit of an adjustment there. Lots of cell phones and other stuff. Yeah, he's talking right on the mic. We have a guy talking right on the mic. That's awesome. It's a fan down there or something.
So the penalty is going to go against the Pumas. They're going to have to kick it from a few yards back. So instead of it being a chip shot extra point, Cross is going to have to end up kicking a 30-yard extra point here from the spot on the 20-yard line. The kick is down. It is up. And what do we got here? It's through the uprights once again, so it doesn't matter for the distance. For Cross, it's still 17-7.
Yeah, we know people are posting up down there underneath the goalpost, having conversations. So before our mic is on field, we had a little trouble in the first half. We were getting massive interference when you're in a stadium like this small, with this many cell phones. And we have 2 cell phone towers right above the press box here in an aluminum tin can press box.
Yep.
It's kind of hard to find a clean channel sometimes, so we went down and made a little adjustment.
Not to mention all of the tape that both teams use.
Yeah, exactly. They both teams using the replay system that runs off a Wi-Fi network, and so that just adds more to the signal.
A lot of things going on at once.
Yes, a lot of technology in a small space.
Yeah.
But try to bring you that audio, a little bit more of an immersive environment for you. A little sterile when you can't hear the crowd down there.
Cross's kick is away. It's going to be returnable, and here come the Bears from their own 3-yard line. On the return for Basha, it looks like that's number 8, Camden Mateen, Mateen drags the pile all the way near the 30-yard line, and that's where Basha are going to take over.
So Pumas a chance to put this thing kind of put Basha under a decent amount of stress here if they can get a stop and go down and score, and then Basha is going to have to start to panic and get away from their game plan of taking up time that they had obviously set forth in that first half. And so it's one of those things, you know, the old Muhammad Ali saying everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth, and Basha definitely has gotten hit in the mouth to start the second half. See if they can stay to the plan or they get to something else.
Friend's going to throw quickly here to Sifferman. There goes Sifferman down the far side. He gets spun out of bounds after a gain of, we're going to call it 4, depending on the spot there. Second down for Basha.
Yeah, that's the best Basha has here. That's going to be a long night for them. A little 1-yard dump pass, hoping that something happens with Perry all over that. Nice job running that down by the Pumas. Nokowo.
You would
or
feel
Simmons.
There you go.
2 numbers. I love that.
Yep. The duplicate numbers on the roster sheets. You would assume maybe if you're playing any other team that you see all those types of short plays that it would be setting something up for later perhaps. Maybe that's right now. His friend wanted to look deep, takes it in and runs. He's past the markers to the 40-yard line, first down Basha.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, if Basha's only real offense we've seen is him taking off running.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just a matter of time and how long you can live off of that and how long he can survive taking those hits. I mean, really, he's taking some licks tonight, and so they're going to add up over time.
8 minutes left to go in the third. After the interception on the first drive, Basha now trying to put some points back up on the board and keep pace with this Pumas team. They're taking their time getting their play call to the rest of the line, and now everybody's all set. 5 wide here for Friend. In design quarterback draw here, he's looking to run to his left, got some room, cuts upfield, dives forward, ball comes out. They're going to say he was down. The referee on the far side, the line judge over there, immediately pointed to the ground. It's second down for Basha.
Yeah, Puma's trying to call it there. You can see pretty simple, you know, quarterback draw design and cuts it back, but he's clearly down here. Ball pops out.
Yes, absolutely. Very much so down. 6 yards on the run for Friend, who's got to be their leading rusher.
I only got a couple other carries in this game.
Yeah. He switches Barney over to his right now, throws over the middle. It's caught. The Puma defender didn't know. Is there a Puma man falls down? That's Mateen. He's going to go all the way. That's a big touchdown for Basha. They're right back in it. It's 17-13 pending the point after.
Yeah, I think the receiver there was as surprised as we were that he actually caught it. Harper pulls that thing down. It kind of sticks in his gloves, and it was like, whoa, I have this thing, and outruns the defense all the way to the end zone. Big play by Basha, which they kind of needed. Super simple pitch and catch, just a little slant route, and able to outrun the defense.
54 yards on that play. Sifferman for the point after. Clean snap, clean hold. It looks good from here, and the referees agree. Down on the field, 17-14 our score. And just like that, Brian, we're talking about you get a stop, maybe put the game out of reach. It's back to a 3-point game.
Yeah, it's one of those things you got to take advantage when you have them, and Pumas definitely had a chance to create some separation and try to put this team out, you know, and it's one of those deals, the longer you let an underdog like this hang around, the more trouble you're kind of in, so.
Now, we have kind of talked about how this is the second game in a row for both these teams playing each other back-to-back. If anyone, who would you think that would benefit? Whose advantage do you think that plays to? Because if I were a betting man, I would say Basha more than Perry kind of has an advantage of playing them 2 times in a row.
Yeah, I would think the underdog, definitely, because you got to figure the underdog has an advantage. Simple reason why. They were in the game last week, and so now they have a decent amount of confidence that they can play with this team. And so where there's a lot of doubt where they could match scores and play with Perry last week, they showed they can. And so, you know, a big play like that gets a little momentum, and you know, you start believing, and the other team starts to think, you know, what's going on here?
Right.
And, it's hard to stop that momentum in high school sports sometimes. So Perry's got to answer back here. This thing might get a little tighter than they want it to be.
Sifferman's kick is all power to the goal line where it's caught by James. James, who had a big return in that last game, has the opportunity for one more. A flag comes flying in from behind, though, so no matter where the kick was going, most likely it's going to be coming back.
Yeah, another holding penalty here. Again, uncharacteristic night. Penalties abound for this Pumas team, and so lots of flags continue to come from this referee crew tonight.
So after the penalty, it's going to be brought back to the 15-yard line, which is pretty damaging if you're the Pumas. But although not that much different from where they've been usually starting their drives off tonight, from about the 20. Chuba gets the snap. He's going to give straight ahead, and that play is blown up from the start. And you can hear that's the Basha crowd right there. They are getting into this game.
Yeah, it didn't take much. You know, that momentum is a quick thing. You feel the flip and the energy kind of switch to that side of the field. And Basha feeling it now and see if they can come up with a stop and pin this Puma offense on this side of the field.
Second and long after the loss of 2. 6:15 and counting in the third quarter. Purdy throws on the far side. It's caught by Schmitz. Schmitz is close to the marker, and he's going to be marked, I believe, a yard short. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 here for the Pumas.
Yeah, nice and simple. Again, we talk about not trying to get too cute and complicated. Just run a little curl route to Schmitz. Schmitz puts his foot in the ground, gets upfield. Nice yardage on that second down play. It makes it 3rd and short.
They get most of what they lost back, and then some on second down. It brings up 3rd and only 3 feet. Pumas looking to the line. Schmidt doesn't exactly know where he's supposed to line up. He gets the answer and is jogging across to the far side of the field.
Yeah, he came all the way off the field and then went all the way back.
Yeah. They're going to give straight ahead, though, to Jalen Young. Young spun out of a tackle. Where are they going to spot it? They're going to give him forward progress past the 25. It's going to be a first down for the Pumas.
Yeah, nice job just picking up what they needed. I would guess there Schmidt wasn't going to get the ball. He's running off back and forth.
A lot of work for giving the ball straight ahead. Burns now is the running back in for the Pumas after Young picks up the first down, kind of that dual-headed monster in the Perry backfield. 5 minutes left to go here in the third. Purdy's going to keep himself. He's got some room to run. At the 30, stops. Now decides to get back going. Brought down by Sifferman and one other. It's going to be a gain of 6 for Chuba.
It's one of those ones you'd rather just see him put his head down and run somebody over. He kind of does that chop dance thing, and so on that big run earlier in this quarter, I was down there after I fixed that mic, and he kind of had a chance to lay the boom on somebody, and he kind of chopped and picked up a couple extra yards, but the chance to take on a little smaller defender, sometimes it's nice to put a little lick on him, let him know you're there.
2nd and 4 after Purdy's run. They're going to give to Burns. Ball's loose. The ball is loose. Basha say that they have it. No official. There it is. The referees agree. Basha have it. They force the second turnover, and they have an opportunity to take the lead here in the third quarter.
Yeah, early on, this looks like it gets swiped out here. So kind of loose in there, and yep, good job by the Basha defense. Looks like number 24, Teschinger, the free safety, just got in there and slapped that ball right out as Burns went by. And so Basha in business on their side of that Perry side of the field, a chance to set it up here.
The tide has turned. Basha only down by 3, ball at the 37. Friend with the snap. He's going to give to Barney. Barney waiting for his blockers on the outside. Gets past one. Brought down near the markers. Looks like about a yard or two short. 2nd and 2 for Basha.
And Basha not deviating from the plan.
No, not at all.
Not getting too excited there with the turnover. They don't take a shot. They're sticking to their game plan. And so running the football and picking up a nice gain on first down leave you in a really 2nd and nice 3.
You said it best. You have a plan until you get punched in the mouth. And right now the Pumas have been punched in the mouth after giving up the long touchdown, fumbling the ball and losing it. Now here we go. 2nd and 2. Basha in striking distance. They throw quick on the flat. They got their man. It's going to be a first down that looked like Micah Harper on the reception. It's a first down.
Yeah, nice job there by the Bears keeping those chains moving again. Not getting too fast, switching out personnel and getting the right groupings in.
Yeah.
So
and don't look now, but there's less than 3.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
Vastly different than what we saw last week here. So
what a story this would be for the Basha Bears. Friend with a snap. He keeps it, now throws it, kind of throws it away. It's going to be an incomplete pass. It was a forward pass. Sifferman wasn't even really looking for the ball. It's second down.
Yeah, it looked like he could have kept that and been fine. He just decided to chuck it out there.
Maybe tired of getting hit.
Yeah, got to make a decision there. So
second and 10 with 3:07 left to go in the third quarter. We have got a good one here tonight, folks. The 6-11 game, I should say, between these two teams has proved not to disappoint. Basha looking to the sideline in their play. Bunch set here. Friend in the gun. They're going to keep it with Friend. Friend's got some room to run up the middle, past the 20, inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line. First down and 10 for the Bears.
Nice little play design here. They just set you up with the double wing look here, and Friend fakes it, has a option to throw, and lead block by the running back, and lead whiff by the running back, but lead interference by the running back.
There you go.
And nice first down. Basha with the chance to take the lead.
Who would have thought?
Late in the third quarter.
Who would have thought? What do you think the tendencies are, like 80-20 for Friend running the ball here so far in this game?
I mean, I think, it's almost you keep it unless you feel like you have a wide open run for your running back. He's definitely the first option.
Same type of look. A flag comes in from the official on the far side that gave us to Mantine, who had the touchdown earlier. We're going to check the penalty. The play itself looks like it only picked up a yard, if that. We'll check the call, though. Might be on the Pumas here. The flag went up as soon as the snap, maybe in illegal formation. We'll see. Referee is taking his time, and that's what the call is going to be, illegal formation on Basha. So they're going to back them up, and we're going to do it again here on first down. .2:23 left to go here in the third quarter. Basha really have responded nicely after throwing the interception and giving up the score. Have a chance to take the lead here. First and 15 from the 17 for Basha. Friend with the snap. Three-step drop. Looks left. Throws over the middle. He's got a man. It's going to be a touchdown for the Bears. On the reception, that's Zion Williams, and Basha has taken the lead.
Yeah, same play they ran earlier. Little switch route up top, slant behind it. Three guys chasing, no one covering. Touchdown, Basha.
Oh, my goodness. The Pumas are on upset alert here in Gilbert, Arizona.
Yeah, just a little switch action, a little rub off that thing, and it just, no one's sliding in the zone to that slant route. It's the same one they scored on earlier. Too easy for the Bears.
Sifferman's point after is through the uprights. 21-17 our score with 2:10 remaining in the third quarter. What a game this has turned out to be. And it looks like the most exciting 14 minutes and 10 seconds are still ahead of us.
Yeah, for sure. And, Pumas got to gather after that turnover. They had a nice drive to start the second half, and we're moving the ball on that last drive. And so it's one of those things you got to get over and move on and and realize that this team on the other sideline has come to play 2 weeks in a row, and they're not going to go away.
2 men back deep for the Pumas. 21-17 our score. Sifferman here to kick off. Last kick was the only one that's been returned so far tonight. That was caught at the goal line. This kick looks like he got a little bit more of it. James leaps up to go and touch it. Out of bounds. That's an interesting rule type there situation there for Brian. So what if James is on the 1, he tips it, and then it goes into the end zone? Is that still a touchback?
Yeah, it's still a touchback. He was kind of – the ball was – I think when he even hit it, it was already in the end zone. So
that's true.
You got to be careful when they're trying to get cute with that. You have to actually have possession of the ball outside of the goal line, even the tap or – all right, so
the touch doesn't differentiate anything.
No, not in that situation. They're going to rule in the touchback 9 times out of 10 anyway. There,
Got it.
So.
Well, nonetheless, they're 4 wide set here for Chubba Purdy and the Pumas. They're going to throw quick on the flat to Jordan Young. Young makes one guy miss, slides out of there, follows his blockers well. It's going to be a gain of 4 there for the Pumas. We are under 2 minutes and counting now to the end of the third quarter. Basha's second lead of this game. They were leading 7-3 earlier. Purdy now keeps it himself. He's got some room to run along the far side. Doesn't look for the markers, though. Runs straight out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd and 3, it looks like, here for Perry. I'll tell you what, in the history of these broadcasts, we have seen some pretty spectacular playoff games, and this one is setting up to be right there, although very different from the other ones, most notably that Hamilton won a couple years back. Here on 3rd and 2, Purdy wants to throw to Dickey. Instead, he tucks it in himself, gets past 1, stays on his feet. There you go, using his side to power through a few tackles. First down for Purdy and the Pumas.
Yeah, nice job. Nothing there. Just pull it down and get the first down. So it's not an exciting play, not a sexy play, but it moves the chains and keeps you in business here where you really need to score to answer.
Both quarterbacks just taking their turns to run the ball. That's pretty much what this second half has been here for both teams. 1st and 10 from Perry's 38. Purdy, design run. Basha brought the house, though. They were ready for it. It's going to be a loss of 3, maybe 4 yards there for the Pumas.
I don't know. Look a little confused here. Looks like he's gassed from the play before, and he gets it and kind of just trying to follow the lead blocker, but no one doing a job up front blocking for anybody. And so Purdy gets brought down for a big loss on 2nd down to get him off schedule.
2nd and 13 now. Under a minute left to go. Pumas in the pistol, and they're going to give to Burns straight up the gut. Burns gets to the 40-yard line, and that's where he's going to be marked down. 3rd and 8, I believe, here for the Pumas. Pending an incomplete pass, we're looking at probably 2 or so more plays here in the third quarter, depending on how this one turns out, really. Plenty of time in the fourth quarter. Still to come. Pumas down by 4 right now, though, on 3rd and 8. Dickey's in the backfield, shifts out to receiver. 5 wide set, empty backfield. Purdy has time to throw, does so to the near side. Dickey's got it, simple out route, simple pitch and catch, and it's a first down for the Pumas at the 50.
Nice job by Purdy just setting up, plenty of time to throw, finds his number 1 receiver. The 3-year starter for the Pumas, Dickey, for the first down.
Yeah, and that's another thing, too. For a lot of these guys, Dickey included, playing most likely their last game here at John Wren Stadium that they'll ever play. Here on first down, it's Jalen Young on the carry. Still on his feet, trying to bounce outside, gets wrapped up from behind. It's only a gain of 1, maybe 2 there for the Pumas. And that is going to do it for our third quarter. This game has been a roller coaster thus far from both teams, and it has felt like John Wren Stadium has gone quiet, except for the other side of the field. Basha stands in their neon colors has been the main noise provider throughout the second half of the third quarter. And the Basha Bears are 12 minutes away from upsetting the Perry Pumas. They're up by 4 here at the end of the third, 21-17. Both teams retaking the field. Welcome back to John Wren Stadium. 2nd and 9 here for the Pumas to kick things off in the fourth quarter. Ball spotted on Basha's 49. Dickey in motion, and that's where they're going to go. Dickey threw it from there earlier in the game. This time he runs it, and it's just back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of 1, it looks like, there for the Pumas. 3rd and 10 now. Now, Brian, what do you think? Is this 4-down territory? There's a lot of game left, but you're kind of in that gray area situation here.
No, you got to punt the ball if they don't get it here. It's not a situation where you want to give them field position like that. And you pin them back and you make them drive the field. They're not an explosive offense.
3rd and 10. Purdy's going to run it. He's got a first down and more to the 30, to the 20-yard line. Now waiting for a block. He's got it from Dickey. There goes Chubba Purdy inside the 10-yard line. The momentum is back. First down, Perry.
Yeah, you see the danger here of a running quarterback. Purdy back there, looks left, takes a little bit of a look right, sees the defense split, takes off running full head of steam here, and then he cuts back nice, picks up a block from Dickey, almost gets all the way in zone. Nice hustle by the Basha defense to make sure he doesn't get there. Force him to try to get in there from close in. Micah Harper doing a great job running that play down.
They rule it to the 3-yard line. It's a 47-yard run from Purdy. 1st and 3 from the 3. Purdy wants to run it in. Now he's waiting for a block, trying to take it outside. Goes even further outside, and it's going to be brought down on the tackle there. Angelo Barney.
Yeah, so this is kind of what we were talking about earlier with the big quarterback like this. You see Purdy keeps dancing. Right here, I'd like to see him put the foot in the ground and just go and run that guy over and get it. But he already gasped from the play before. Not exactly the best play call after he just took off running for 45, 50 yards.
So it's a loss of 1 officially in the books. 10-15 now left to go in the game. Pumas trying to retake the lead. It's a pistol set with Peyton Hill in behind. Only 2 wide receivers are going to give to Hill. Hill straight up the gut. He's short by a yard. It's 3rd down.
Purdy looks like he might be a little banged up here.
He is. He's walking very gingerly.
Yeah, not looking like he's in the full health here after that long run and then the carry after that.
3rd and 2 from the 2. He's not lining up under center. Normally we would see a quarterback sneak. He's going to keep it himself on the fake. Basha, we're ready for it, though. That time he runs a man over, and that time he's into the end zone. Perry retake the lead. It's a touchdown for the Pumas.
Yeah, you can see here, set up, get the call from the sideline, fake the run, nice little boot out. Basha bites hard. Finally decides to put his head down. Nice job by Purdy. Giving the Pumas back the lead with 9 minutes, 37 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
And now at this point in the game, all points matter, even the extra points. Samuel Cross, the kicker for the Pumas. He barely got it. Looked like he might have yanked it a little bit left, but it's in for the point after. Perry with a 24-21 lead with 9:37, and there's some life back into John Wren Stadium.
Yeah, just what they needed. Good job converting on that long 3rd and 10 by the big run by Chubba Purdy. Gets him down then there and converting on that big third down for the touchdown. 2 huge third down conversions there, and that's where you want to get off the field as a defense.
Exactly.
Basha not able to do that.
Now another thing the Pumas especially need to be weary of here. 9:37 left to go here in the game. Basha, we've seen it so far, love to kill the clock. It's going to be interesting to see how they play it. And it feels like, Brian, maybe the next team who gets a stop maybe has a good chance of winning this game.
Yeah, I mean, the way it's been played out. So, you know, if Pumas can get the ball back, you'd think the way that Bash has had to be a little bit methodical on that offense, you have to get the ball back and put this a 2-score game. That's always the flip. And so, see what the Pumas can come up with on defense.
Cross's kick is traveling, and it's going to be fielded in the end zone. They're going to let him hit a foot in the end zone. They're going to let him keep it, though. He runs into his own man on the far side, past the 20 to the 21-yard line. I believe that was Mantine on the return there for Basha.
Yeah, everybody wants to return the ball. It's like it's frustrating. You're back there, and it's fun to have room to run, and they're not getting the opportunities. There's so many touchbacks that have been kicked.
So it now falls on Gabe Friend and the rest of the Basha Bears in this 6-11 matchup here in the first round of the AIA playoffs between the Val Vista rivals, Perry and Basha. Last week's game seems like a distant memory. Perry won by 13, 54-41, but that's out the window now. The give to Barney here on first down. He's going to lose a few yards, and that's been the first negative play we've seen from Basha in some time as well.
You see a nice job by the inside backer here, Braxton Smith. Just comes in the hole, waits patiently. Nowhere going for Barney to bounce on that play.
Loss of 2 there. 2nd and 12 as we hit the 9-minute mark.
Just amazing. You think about Friend threw for 450 yards last week.
Yeah.
He may have, if it wasn't for that big play, maybe 100 yards tonight. That's it.
A complete shift. And it looks like we're going to have a false start here on Basha. They both play dead. Waiting for the official word. And that is the call. False start on the Bears. 2nd and 12 turns into 2nd and 17 from the 15-yard line. So if you're Basha, obviously not the start that you needed. Have a play that goes backwards and then back yourselves up 5 yards to make it 2nd and long. Bunch set here from the Bears. And we're going to have another false start. 2 in a row.
Basha is getting discombobulated here. It's like pressure kind of got ramped up on a little bit. Not sure how to respond in this situation. And hopefully the Pumas could take advantage, setting them way back on a 2nd and 22 here.
If you're Basha, you have to be aiming to get at least half of that. Clock is still running as well. It's something important to note. Here's Friend on the give to Harper. Harper wants to throw it. Instead, he tucks it in and runs. And here comes Harper with some room to run here on the near side. This might work out for Basha. Harper stiff arms a man to the marker, gets knocked out of bounds. There's a flag. It's going to be a personal foul. Basha got back the penalties and more. It's going to be a first down on a huge play for the Bears.
Yeah, you see here that it's going to kind of run this across the formation and try to do the double pass and almost look like a false start again there. And nobody's open. Good decision, doesn't force it. Gets some open field. Nice job blocking downfield by the Bears. And then the late hit, 2 yards out of bounds. Callaway getting a little overzealous in pursuit from his safety position.
Penalties have killed the Pumas tonight, and it hurts them once again right there. Bites them, moves Basha up until the 47-yard line. After 2nd and 22, they're going to give to Barney here on first down, and Barney accelerates to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The ball came out. The ball came out. The Pumas say that they have it, and they're going to say that he was down. Big call there from the line judge. Pumas all thought that they had it. Almost all 11 were signaling toward their goal. It's going to be 2nd down. So the Pumas thought they had a turnover. It ends up for naught. 2nd and 10 with 8 minutes left to go. And this is what we were talking about. The Bears have only run a couple of plays on offense, but they've already chewed up about 2 minutes of the game clock. Friend is going to throw. It's a pass to the right side, almost intercepted by Simmons again. That would have been a second. It was intended for Sifferman. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Pumas decided to ramp up the pressure here, bring extra guys. Good job by Simmons following that down the line and laying out about that ball out of play. That would have been a big play if Simmons isn't there to make it.
So now 3rd and 10 from the 47-yard line. What will Basha draw up here?
Guess what Friend's going to take out running.
Friend gets the snap. 3-step drop. He's going to throw deep. One-on-one coverage down the far side. Oh, my goodness. Did he catch that? No. It looked like he held on, but he was out of bounds irregardless. What a catch that would have been. It's ruled incomplete, though. 4th down. Good
defense here. You see him running in stride. Almost has it, but the defender stayed with him the whole way. Getting a hand in there to knock it out. Nice job by the Puma defender, Clayton Schmidt.
That would have been the catch of the year, though, if he hangs on to that and gets a foot in.
It looked like he almost caught the back half of that ball.
Yeah. 4th and 10 now, 7:36. Sifferman on to punt. You'd have to be wary of a fake here. Now we have a flag thrown in, 2 flags thrown in. I believe it's going to be another false start on the Bears, and it is. So it's another 5 yards move back. You can feel the emotion kind of ramping up here in this game in the second bout of the Val Vista rivalry here at John Wren Stadium in Gilbert, Arizona. Sifferman's punt is away. Spiraling kick, a good kick as well, over the head of Dickey. And this is going to pin the Pumas back inside the 15, and it's down at the 12-yard line. That's where the Pumas are going to take over with 7:26 left and 3 timeouts for Basha.
Yeah, nice punt. Just didn't get the roll. It checked up on him.
Yeah.
Kind of like that old pitching wedge. Stopped and rolled backwards. So Pumas get lucky there. That thing didn't keep rolling and get inside the 10-yard line.
What will the Bears do here on this defensive drive? Obviously, they need a force to stop. Field goal is the most that they can give up here, especially with how much time their offense has been consuming. You would figure a drive down the rest of the field will probably eat up about 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's almost that one where you want to do your 4-minute offense, even though it's well more than 4 minutes left in the game. But you make this 2 possessions and try to limit Bash's chances.
Dickey on the jet sweep, hurdled a man. He's got enough for 11 yards and a brand new set of downs.
Yeah, they might be in business. They stay with that kind of look and set up a long play action. Max protect, have someone across and see if they can get a one-on-one situation with a post route.
You feel like the Pumas here, knowing them for so long and knowing Coach Jones' play style, you feel like they might run it a few more times, set up for a shot maybe around midfield. Here they're going to give on the ground. That looks like either Burns or Jalen Young on the carry.
Basha defenders just playing disciplined football and staying in their lanes and not chasing ghosts and really doing a good job of staying in their gaps and nowhere to run on the cutbacks for the running backs.
That was Young on the carry, only 2 yards. This would be huge if the Bears could force an incompletion or keep the play to the line of scrimmage and force a 3rd and long. 4 wide set, all to the right here for the Pumas. Purdy on the quarterback draw has got some room to run on the left. There he goes. Purdy past the 35, brought down from behind at the 37. And we have a flag coming in late. That might be a late hit. The Pumas might get 15 more.
Yeah, this is definitely late. You can see here on the replay, a little draw action comes across as he's down right about there. Then he kind of gets speared at the end of the play. Bad penalty for Basha in that situation.
That hurts. That really hurts. So the Pumas are going to get a free 15. It's going to be 1st down at Basha's 47.
And that clock's going to run here and see if the Pumas snap it quick or take their time here and let that clock drip away here 6 minutes in this 4th quarter.
They're going to give to Jalen Young. Quick off the play clock, and he's only going to get about one, if that. It's going to be 2nd and 10 here for the Pumas.
Yeah, we've seen offense that typically is moving fast, but Basha defensive line doing a great job inside all night. Kudos to this staff for Basha, getting them ready 2 weeks in a row for a big test. But Parker Jacobs, big 6'4", 240 senior inside there, causing trouble all night, number 44.
Now the Pumas are taking their time offensively. They're going to give to Young once again. Young this time with more space to run. There goes Jalen Young, one of the most elusive backs in the entire state. Gets up to the 30-yard line for the first down.
This is Young just hasn't had the space all night. You can see here on the replay, he finally gets a little ahead of steam. He's a downhill runner. He gets downhill, and then he can start making people miss with those arm tackles as they reach out. Nice run, a nice finish of the run by Young there.
5:20 and counting. Ball spotted at the 30. A touchdown here for Perry, and it might be the nail in the coffin. You never know, though. Delayed snap there. The referees are going to blow it dead. It's going to be a false start there. Kind of weird. No one really reacted to the snap.
Does anybody move here, or is he just snapping?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking everybody. I think the snap came.
I'm confused with why it was blown dead if no one moved. Oh, a little interesting.
It's hard to have a false start on the center when he snaps it.
Yeah, unless it was he moved the ball before he snapped it, but no one moved on the line.
1st and 15 after the penalty. Nonetheless, clock continues to wind down. 5 minutes now left to go in the game. 4 receivers to Purdy's left. Last time they ran this formation, it was a quarterback draw to the right, and that's pretty much the same thing, except Purdy goes straight up the gut. Still on his feet, keeping the feet going. Brought down by 3 Basha Bears, short of the markers. It's going to be 2nd, and it looks like 4 here for Perry.
Yeah, this is where you start to see the defense getting worn down, and Purdy runs and finishing runs, and defenders kind of just hanging on for dear life at this point after Pumas have ran a steady diet right at this defense, and so Basha's going to use a timeout.
And it's going to be an injury actually here. A bear sitting in the middle of the field, and if I'm not mistaken, that is number 44, Parker Jacobs, the player that Brian just talked about, doing a great job. So that's a big loss right there, especially for the time being. If Jacobs, with only 4:38 left to go, is unable to finish this drive, which it looks like as he limps off the field. You like to see that, though. But as he limps off the field under his own power, it looks like he's going to be probably doubtful to return, at least for the time being. Second and 4 here for the Pumas as they retake the field. 4:38 left to go in the game. If you're Basha, the most you can give up and still have a chance in this game, you would think, is a field goal. That would put you down by 6. Touchdown might be the nail in the coffin, though. Pumas shift a couple guys over. Young is the back here in the pistol. Purdy takes his time now, gets the snap, and hands it off to Young. Young trying to get the feet moving here, slips out of a tackle. There goes Jalen Young inside the 5. He stretches the ball out. He's in, 24 yards away. It's a touchdown for the Pumas.
Yeah, this is a lesson in running back here for the Pumas. Is Young, see him get in the hole, super patient as it comes across, and so kind of just gets in here and patient, cut back, gets a little steam, and runs through some arm tackles, carries a defender from the 5-yard line in. Nice job by the Pumas. Huge drive when they needed it to kind of put some separation in this game.
Up by 9, pending the point after here from Cross. Dickey the holder. Clean snap, clean hold. The kick is up, and it is through the uprights. The Pumas extend their lead to 10 points, 31-21, with 4:17 left to go in the game.
Now, here's my question.
Yeah.
4 minutes left in the game. Basha's run an offense that obviously is different than what they ran last week. They threw for 450 yards, not that tonight. Did they all of a sudden switch that offense to try to get back into this game being down by 2 scores?
Who knows?
Does the ball start just in the air every play now from here on out? And, you know, obviously they're capable of doing it. It's not last week, so let's see if they flip the script here. And really, the big difference in this second half are the turnovers. It's just 2 turnovers that end up. 1 turnover that was scored for the Pumas, and then Perry's turnover as well ended up being points. So
Perry with a 10-point advantage. .417 left. Basha with all 3 timeouts. Like we said, though, tonight at least they've moved at a very slow pace offensively, consuming a lot of clock. Cross's kick is going to travel well into the end zone, about 5 yards back, and the Bears are going to take over at the 20-yard line.
No, so we'll see what they do. I would assume they start to see the ball thrown downfield here. It's you know, I wasn't at the game last week, and we didn't see any tape, so your guess is as good as mine of what that offense actually looked like versus this week. So
it's hard to argue with 450 yards, though.
Yeah, I mean, career night for
counted for about a fourth of his season total.
You got to figure what kind of trick plays they have in the box now too. You saw one look, but you figure going as an underdog is to see this low. You got a handful of them.
Here we go. Friend is going to throws over the middle. It's caught for a first down. That looks like Williams, and it is. Big play there for the Bears already. There you go.
Yeah, a little different formation, a little bit different action by the receivers there that we hadn't seen yet. So maybe they go back to last week's offense now.
Clock is running as we're about to hit the 4-minute mark. Friend getting the play call from the sideline. 5 wide set. Basha playing against time here. Also have to be disciplined not to force anything as well. Friend get the snap. 3-step drop. Throws quick to his left. He's got, that looks like Barney on the reception. He gets out of bounds and kills the clock momentarily.
Yeah, same formation, same action, just different receiver getting the ball that time. And so they're all kind of running out of that little stack trips formation and kind of trying to cross the defenders up. It's hard to lock up man-to-man against that. They'll pick you off when you do that. So Puma's got to be disciplined in their zone drops.
Another 5 wide set here for the Bears. Friend quickly throws, and it's caught by Williams, going to the ground to make the catch. It's a first down, and until the ball is set, that will also kill the clock.
Now Williams been a little gimpy. The play before he was limping back, and so I don't know if he's cramping or he's got a little tweaked knee, but after every catch, he's moving slowly, but back at it.
Now it's just a 4 wide set here for the Bears. Running back is Barney. Now Friend's going to roll out. He's going to throw off 1 foot. It's underthrown. He was looking for his receiver, Mateen, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, I got to figure the defense for the Pumas saw enough. Decided to bring extra here. Show double A gap blitz. Drop 1 out. Basha doesn't pick it up. Pressure on Friend, running for his life there.
And we have a player down right now, and I hate to say it, but I think it might be Friend.
Yeah, those are tough when you kind of get dragged down there at the end, and so hopefully it's just a little twist of an ankle, but it's not looking good the way he's coming off the field.
Yeah, and that's a killer right there. Your starting quarterback goes out in a drive where you need to score points. Right now, warming up and taking the field is Connor Phelan, the 6'3" senior. He's the one who's being called on in possibly his last game ever as a high school player. Possibly his last game ever as a football player. Has to lead his team down the field to try and get some points.
Yeah, and he said warm up. I don't know. Warm up may have been
2 throws.
Bounce around a little bit.
Yeah. Here we go. Phelan's first pass over the middle is intercepted just like that. That looks like Travis Callaway, and it is to the 40-yard line. He's hit from behind, down at the 35, and that might be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, you can see here Puma's new quarterback. Just bring the regular set, bring forward, a little twist inside. Just not open, and hard to come in that situation right at the last second. And Callaway, Johnny on the spot, makes the play. The senior leader of this defense. Nice job by Callaway. Also a state finalist wrestler for the Pumas as well, and so finished 4th as a junior last year. And so coming in ready for wrestling season right after football ends, probably sometime in December.
Oh, man, that hurts to see if you're Basha. Your quarterback goes down, the backup comes in, and throws an interception on the very first pass. Now, the Pumas can kill the clock here or add more. Jalen Young on the carries, looking to add more. Flag comes in from behind, though, in the area of holding. Now make it 2 flags, and the Pumas are probably going to be looking at a 2nd and 20 here.
Yeah, when you see 2 flags, the only thing I can think is maybe these referees know they're on TV, and they're like, hey, you know what? Got any airtime tonight.
There you go. Show the arm.
I'm not sure what they...
With that second, I wonder, that second flag you think coming from the back judge?
I'm not sure. Oh, it's on them, so there you go.
Oh, wow. We're going to have, a foul against Basha here.
Call a chop block on Basha? So somebody undercut a lineman going down the block or something. I'm not sure.
Well, the motto is always survive and advance, and that's what the Pumas look to be doing here. 3 minutes and counting. 1st and goal from the 10, and a score here would absolutely put the game on ice. Purdy with the snap. He's going to give to Young once again. Young thought about going up the middle, now brought down from behind, still on his feet, dragging the pile with him, and eventually finally goes down after only a gain of a couple, and Basha burn their first time out. So both teams are going to go to their bench. There you see Young talking with Coach Clatterbuck. And, Brian, we've been keeping an eye elsewhere on the football scene. What else have we got so far have you been seeing?
Yeah, the big game that the Pumas are worried about is that Desert Vista-Chaparral game. Looks like Desert Vista with a comfortable lead as the 3rd quarter ends, 33-14 out in Ahwatukee. And so that'll be the likely matchup for the Pumas next week and have to travel out to
the Tuke.
Yeah, out to Desert Vista to play Ahwatukee, an athletic team that we saw last year and played them week 1 and handled them pretty well. And so different team this year. They run the ball a lot more and a lot more controlled and have a tough defense. So nice matchup there with the 3-6. We go on the road for the first time in the second round in a couple of years. So it's interesting how the Pumas react. Still trying to figure out that game. That game will possibly be broadcast by Perry Live 365. We just got to work it out with Desert Vista. We didn't want to set anything up beforehand and jinx anybody. So,
well, the Pumas still have 2:45 here left to go in this one. Barring anything improbable here, it looks like that they are in charge. Purdy on the quarterback draw. He says, why not? Let me do it myself. 7 yards out. He takes it in. And now I think it's fair to say this game's on ice. Touchdown, Perry.
I can see here, just nice and simple. Empty the backfield out. Pull the guard over. Purdy steps up inside. Easy touchdown. A game that was so close now looks like a blowout, and anybody who was watching knows this Basha team, very game tonight, came out and played a great game and really kind of gave the Pumas everything they could handle and going to come up short. But great job by Chris McDowell and his staff over there, first year coming over, taking a program that was just really hurting and really needed some leadership to come in and fix a lot of problems that were at that school. And so McDowell with a small varsity team, but bringing some enthusiasm and some positivity to that program and looking to turn around Basha, get them back on the winning track here years to come.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this game was a pretty good birthday present for me, turning 20 tomorrow. I'll take it. I'll take this game.
20 years old.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez, from a wet behind the ears 14-year-old to 20, huh?
I guess.
Nice. Any big plans?
Working, I think.
Oh,
yeah, working on the birthday. Yeah, should be fun.
That's what happens when you're 20.
Yep.
There's no birthday party. No.
It's a shame.
No special birthday breakfast or anything from mom anymore.
No, yeah, Cocoa Puffs is probably going to be on the on the horizon if I wake up early enough.
A good college diet.
That's right. Cross boots it away here. And this one's going to travel on the goal line. It's going to be brought out by Mantine to the 15 to the far side. There goes Mantine to the 25 until he's pushed out of bounds about at the 27-yard line. Flagged, tons of flags flying in late here. Not sure for what. Big pile of bodies over there. Maybe a couple people getting chippy over there. I don't know.
When you check on the replay, it almost looks like the player steps on somebody over there after he's tackled. There's a block in the back by 23. Oh, laid by 33. 33 with this a cheap shot there, and that's what they end up calling. And coach is on it right away, and that's the thing again. This new staff coming in, they don't want any of that junk going on, and so they get on it right away and do their job and reprimand the player accordingly.
Yeah, so the foul is going to be on Basha. Britton Burke is who it looked like from our replay system. So that's going to wind that return back all the way, it looks like, to the 12-yard line there for Basha.
Yeah, senior, a little frustration there, last game. Tough way to go out against your rival 2 weeks in a row with 2 losses to finish your senior year.
Yeah, Phelan's still the quarterback here. 1st and 10 from the 13. He's going to throw. Does so. Almost intercepted again. To be dependent what they rule, it's going to be caught by Mantine. Going down to the ground. A gain of 6 there for Basha as this game winds down.
Yeah, Basha not going away. Down by 3 possessions, but do the math for you.
Doesn't really work out. They need a lot of things that would not normally happen. 2nd down, it's going to be a completion, this time to Williams for a 1st down, which kills the clock. Basha not quitting.
Again, wouldn't expect them to. You're building a program. You got to show them they're going to fight all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Coach McDonald down there, still excited, still a lot of energy here.
Phelan throws once again. It's caught on this continuous string of about 7-yard passes.
It's got to catch it where they can run with it after. They're going to go down and pick it up off the turf, and not really a yard after catch opportunity there.
And I will say, if I were a Basha fan, I would be very proud of how this team played tonight, as this one falls incomplete, bringing up 3rd and 4. Until the last 5 minutes of the game, it really felt like it would be a coin flip as to who would win this football game here tonight.
Yeah, it came down to a couple possessions there where it could have gone either way, and Puma's able to capitalize. And when they had their ball and they needed to make a play, they made the plays they needed to make and got those scores and put this thing out of reach for Basha.
3rd and 4 for Phelan. 3 steps, throws. It's going to be intercepted once again. That's Clayton Schmitz. Perry's 3rd turnover that they forced here tonight, and that's the exclamation points on this game with 1:25 remaining.
Yeah, nice job by Schmitz. He's just playing a little cover 2 zone. Leaves his flat, gets underneath the out route. Good job, good discipline by Schmitz. Sees at the bait, looks at the bait, doesn't take the bait. Goes back, drops into the zone right under that throwing lane.
What was a 1-possession game for the majority of the game, the Pumas are going to be able to victory formation the rest of the 1:25 outs, and they will advance once again to the next round of the playoffs. Oh, I say victory formation. It looks like it's going to be the pistol. Peyton Hill, that's the running back in behind. Puma's not going to go down without running a few offensive plays first. That's the one loses a couple. 2nd and 12 as we wind this game down. And Brian, especially as most close games do, this one came down to just a couple of turnovers.
Yeah, Basha's still calling timeouts and still into this
Really?
thing. And again, gonna fight to the end.
I guess, yeah.
If you haven't met Coach McDonald, he's a fiery guy, and he's setting the tone for the rest of the kids in the program to see, hey, we're gonna fight all the way down the end. When you talk to your seniors, you thank them for stepping up and coming and playing hard for you, and tell the young guys, hey, look what we have to look forward to next year is you try to grow a program. It's super competitive East Valley as well. It's not like, you're the only game in town. You're competing with multiple schools all within about a 10-mile radius. You've got a lot of talent and a lot of good coaching staff.
For it seems like the past 10 years or so, it's felt like not who are the best two teams in Arizona who are going to be playing for the championship. It's felt like who are the best two teams in Chandler who are going to be playing for the championship.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If you even look here, it's you've got within this area that we're in, you've got quarterback out at Castile High School. He's going to go play Division I football next year. Quarterback out at Higley High School, which is about 3-4 miles from here. He's going to go play Division I next year. Quarterback out in Chandler, Jacob Conover, going to go play Division I football next year. And you would think that this young man here, Chuba Purdy, after he finishes his senior year next year, would be one of those quarterbacks that's going to go. And everywhere's just a stone's throw away. And so. And you're not even taking into account schools like Campo Verde, who are super competitive. Higley is super competitive. Williamsville's got a great team right down the road. Castile in a blowout win over Horizon tonight in 5A.
Right.
Chandler in a blowout win, of course, over their way. And the scary thing is the team that's down right now that didn't make the playoffs is Hamilton.
Yeah, and what a flip of the script that's going on over there. Coach Z trying to flip the script himself on how this Hamilton team has been playing the past couple years. Not an easy thing what he's been asked to go do. False start here on the Pumas is going to move him back 5. So, Brian, let's preview next week a little bit. What do we know so far about Desert Vista?
Again, team that they have a young quarterback, but they have got a power kind of run game, and they're trying to let their defense get out there and make stops and play physical football. And they come at you with runs. It's just their running team. They're not one of these spread teams that are out there trying to throw the ball around the yard. They're playing to their strength of their team and try to control the clock and wear you down. And so Pumas can play in any kind of situation, so it should be a good matchup to see if the Pumas can match that defensive intensity that the Desert Vista Thunder will bring to that game.
It's going to be a fun game, and that's going to be next week. But right now, the motto, like I said, survive and advance. The Pumas taken to the limit. The score not really reflective of how close this game was. But at the end of this game, it is a 17-point win here for the Pumas, 38-21, in a game where it could have gone either way. It felt like for a lot of what happened in this game. Couple turnovers, couple bounces. Who knows how this game would have turned out. But alas, the score reads 38-21 in Perry's favor. Like we said, the Pumas going to be traveling to Ahwatukee next week to be playing Desert Vista in a matchup between the 3 seed and the 6 seed. But until then, we are signing off here tonight. For Brian Vernier, Cooper Ricker, our director, and the rest of the crew here for Perry Live 365. We are saying goodnight and have a great weekend. It's going to be a fun one this weekend. ASU playing tomorrow at noon. But until then, it's 38-21 our final score. Perry over Basha once again.